Okay everyone, and welcome to Photoshop. Now, if you haven't seen this interface before, there's a video on that, but let's get into just making this video so that we can make lots and lots of money with lots and lots of clicks. First thing is we've got over here the Learn section. We're going to get rid of that because you're going to learn from me, and the Library section. I'm getting rid of these just by dragging over these two little tabs and clicking on the X button to close them. All right, so now that I have a little bit more space, I'm just going to hit Command 0 to zoom everything up to fill in the screen. If you are using a Macintosh, I'm going to say Command throughout this. If you're using a PC, you're smart, you are bright, you're beautiful, and you know that if I say Command on a PC, I mean Control. If I say Option on a Mac, I mean Alt on a PC. You guys can do it. I believe in you. All right, so let's get into this. So we've got this beautiful, serene picture of a field. This is not good for what we want to do. We want to amp up people's fears. We want to amp up their anxiety. So we need to add some monsters to this. And luckily we have some dinosaurs. So I'm just going to go to File, Open. You can also hit Command O to do that. And then I'm just going to drag on this first one here, the T-Rex. There it is. Now, with Photoshop, as with anything, you need to tell the computer, because computers are dumb, that you want to select something. And you do this too. If you want to draw something, you need to select the pencil before you start drawing. It's just second nature to you. The computer doesn't know that. It can't read your mind, so you got to do it for it. So we're going to learn about a bunch of selection tools. If we look over here in the selection area, you'll see that we have a bunch of them. And if we click on this, anything that has this little triangle next to it, you can see that there are some other ones. We're going to use the Magic Wand tool. This is the original tool that was used with the first version of Photoshop to help select things, and it's still a great tool to use. We can also, you can see if we go over this, that W is the command for that. If you want to cycle through the different ones that are in here, if you hold down Shift and W, it'll let you cycle through. Now, what is the Magic Wand tool? Well, what you do is it just clicks on a pixel and it will look at all the pixels next to that. If it is close enough in color and shade, it will also select those pixels, and it keeps going until it stops at something that doesn't connect to that amount of tolerance that it has. So here we've got everything in white. So if I click anywhere in the white area, you can see it stops right here with the dinosaur. And you can tell that it's being selected because we've got this little kind of moving dotted line. These are called marching ants. Yes, that is really what they're called. And they're marching all around this dinosaur. So the next thing we need to do is bring our dinosaur over here. So we're going to go to Edit, Copy, click over here to our field, Edit, Paste. Oh no! What's happened? Well, I'll tell you what's happened. I accidentally, probably on purpose, pasted in the white around the dinosaur and not the dinosaur. Why is that? Let's go back and look. If we look here, you can see that the dots, the marching ants, are marching around both the white of the area and the dinosaur. So that makes sense. We selected the white space, not the dinosaur. So we can, instead of going through and selecting all the dinosaur, we can just invert this. If we go up to Select and then Inverse, which is Shift Command I, you can see now it's all around the dinosaur. And instead of going up to Edit, Copy, this is really lame. We're just going to go Command C, Control C on a PC, and then Control V over here. Now, we need to get rid of this white space. So to get rid of that, we need to look at what happens whenever we paste something new onto the screen. And that's over here in the Layers panel. If you look over here in the Layers panel, you can see that we've got a Layer 1, a Layer 2, and the background. And if we look really, really close, you can see that Layer 2 kind of has what looks like our dinosaur on it. And then Layer 1 probably has the white area around it. You can check to see what these are by just clicking and poking something in the eye. And if you look over here, you can see when I poke it in the eye, it disappears. So that white area right there is what I want to get rid of. To get rid of that, I can just click on it and drag it down here to our little trash can. We can also just hit the trash button with whatever is selected there. Now, before we go any further, we're going to add more and more layers. Every time we paste something new, it's going to be a new layer, and we are going to get a whole bunch, a giant list of things that say Layer 1, Layer 2, Layer 3. So whenever we paste in a new layer, you want to go over, double click here, and just give it a name, and a name that makes sense. So for this, T-Rex. All right, let's come back here. Now we still have some white between the T-Rex's legs, so we're going to click on that. Sorry, T-Rex, don't mean to get up in your business there. And now to get rid of that, we just hit delete button. That's deleted. Now, if I want to get rid of this selection here, I can go to select, deselect, or I can just hit Command D, Control D on a PC. All right, now we've got our dinosaur. Let's go over here to the Move tool. We're going to click this and move the dinosaur around. Let's add some more dinosaurs, more scary.